Hello, so today we're going to make some mono prints. And mono means one. And when you're doing printmaking, oftentimes you can print your artwork over and over again, but with mono print, it's something that you can only just do once, exactly the same, and then the next one that you do will be slightly different or greatly different. So these are some of my mono prints. You can see we use two colors and we use some shapes and string to create these designs. Get a placemat or a couple of placemats to go in your work area. You're going to get two colors of ink. I'm going to give you two colors for your table, one dark, one light. You're going to get a tray for each color. You'll get a popsicle stick for each color, a brayer for each color, and then you'll have your own mono printing plate. So we start by putting ink into the trays, and you use the popsicle stick. If there's a little bit of liquid sitting on top, gently and slowly mix it around with your popsicle stick. Don't try to do it really fast, it'll splash out. This is washable ink, so it will come out of your clothes if you get it on your clothes, but obviously you should be wearing an apron. You don't need a whole lot of ink on your tray, and in fact, if you have too much ink on your tray, that causes a printing problem. So you're going to roll your brayer in the ink. You want to lift your brayer up and press it back down. You want to turn the tray and roll in the opposite direction, and you want to make sure that you have even coverage. You can see I don't have any ink here. It's really thick and gloopy, so I need to even that out. I probably put a little bit too much ink on my tray. Okay, so now my brayer has even coverage. So I like to start with the light color first, and what you're going to do is just take your brayer and you're going to roll it across your mono printing plate, and you want to try to get an even coverage. So you want the ink to be the same thickness all the way across. You set your tray back in, or set your brayer back in the tray. Make sure the handle doesn't lay in the ink so the next person using it doesn't get ink on their hands. And I'm going to start with the string and the thread. So I'm going to have a variety of different threads and yarns for you to choose from. You're going to start with one of your choice. I'm going to start with this one. And you're just going to lay it down on top of your mono printing plate in any kind of design that you like. You're going to need to write your name on your work, on your paper, and the day you have art, day A, day B, day C. And with the side of your name up, you're going to lay this down onto the printing plate, and you're going to rub with your hands. And rub very firmly and get the edges and the middle. Now, ink is supposed to be a little sticky, so it should help from your paper sliding and moving. And then you're going to carefully peel this up, and so you get this nice pretty design. You're going to lay that down, pick up your string, set it aside on a placemat because it does have some ink on it. And then the great thing about mono printing plates is you don't have to rinse them off when you change colors. You can just roll a new color over the top. So you're going to roll that. Again, even coverage, same thickness all the way across. I'm going to choose a different string for this one. And I'm going to lay that on my mono printing plate. And then I pick this back up, ink side down, name side up. I lay it back down on my plate and I rub. And there's my first mono print. I'm going to pull the string off, lay it on a placemat because it does have ink, and I could roll pink over the top of this and do another print. And this time I'll use the shapes that are cut out instead of the string. So I'm going to roll this ink across, even coverage, set it down. Now you have a choice. I have some leaf shapes cut out for you. and you choose two leaf shapes, or I have some geometric shapes cut out for you. And the geometric shapes are smaller, so you might choose more than one, or you might choose more than two. We need 3 or 4 of them. I'm going to choose 2 leaves, and you're just going to lay those down on your printing plate. And then you're going to use a new paper with your name and the day you have art. You're going to leave it up, name up. It's very important. You don't want to print on the side with your name because that just won't look right and you won't be able to erase your name. You're going to lay it down, rub firmly with your hands all along the edges of the monoprint and in the middle. And then you'll peel that up. That's a really nice print. You're going to use these again, so set them aside onto your placemat. And then I'm going to roll red over the top of the pink. Now this probably won't be a very strong contrast because if you look, the red and pink ink have really mixed and touched, so this red might not be much of a contrast. And then I'm going to put ink side down. If I put ink side up, that lands on my monoprint. So ink side down, I'll put this leaf over here, ink side down, this leaf over here. Lay this back down with my name up and rub. All right, so it's less of a contrast. You can see the pink here is a dark pink, and over here on this print where it was pink was the first color is a brighter pink. You can see it kind of looks like an x-ray almost. It's a really cool design. And then these papers here, if you're not going to use them again, then you're going to put these in a blue recycle bin. And then these will stay on a placemat and go on the drying rack. And then you're going to take your mono printing plate to the sink with a sponge and some water. This will come straight off. And then you and your shoulder partner will clean out a tray. You'll use a sponge for this ink and a sponge for the roller. And don't forget the edge of the roller on both sides where ink sits. So don't forget the edge of the roller where ink sits, get that with your sponge as well. Just some running water and a sponge will be good enough. And that's how you create these beautiful monoprints.